You've seen that in performances over the last 2 or 3 weeks, that sometimes you need to dig deep to get results, and that's maybe going to happen Saturday. As I said, I would love to go and guarantee everybody that it's going to be nice, free-flowing, attractive football, but that's not the way it is in Scotland.
You have said that before, that they're almost too nice. How do you go about changing that as a manager?
I think I've changed that in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
How have you done that?
It's my secret.
He's loving every minute of it, isn't he?
That's what's clear.
Aye.
And in his own head right now, I think that he's been asked, previously about does he want. There's no doubt he wants the job, right? Let's just be absolutely straight about that. But I think inside his own head, he's not going to get carried away. He is what he is. He's the interim manager. He's there until the end of the season. But what you just said, Daniel, is absolutely correct. I think he's just loving every minute of it. It's dropped out the sky at him, hasn't it? Nobody ever thought, he wouldn't have thought himself that this opportunity was going to arise. And he just gives off that impression, a guy that's loving this work for however long it continues or extends. He just wants to lap up and savour every moment of it.
I tell you who else is loving it, Jacko, the supporters, because he's striking the right tone with just about everything that he says, and even in that wee clip, I can just imagine supporters that I know just absolutely loving that kind of message. And see that stuff about players being too nice, and it's all right being nice, fancy football team, but you need to have an arse side to you because it's not. I think his quote was, "It's not like that in Scotland." That is the thing that Philippe Clement couldn't get his head around. He just couldn't. We spoke about it so many times on here. He just couldn't get that Scottish football was different, and you had to show other qualities. It wasn't all about systems and styles and patterns of play. Sometimes you just need to get the job done to get 3 points. And obviously, Barry's experienced that as a player, and he's now relaying that onto the players. And it sounds like such a simple thing, but my God, it's so important. And as I say, as well as him loving it, I think just about everything he says now, as I say, just the perfect tone, and I think the fans are lapping it up.
Well, the comments today, guys, has generated quite a strong response from both Celtic and Rangers fans. Let me run through a few of them just now. Colin Allardyce says, love Barry defending Cerny. We'd a manager with Barry Ferguson's passion. Frankie, though, says, did Barry say the same when Griffiths tied a hoop scarf to the post at Ibrox? Graham simply says, Scooshgate still in full flow then. Timmy says, why hasn't Cerny been charged? If that was a player from any other club, he'd have been charged. Amanda says, when it happens with Celtic players at Ibrox, there'll be no complaints from Barry then, fair enough. And Homebound Online simply says, Cerny scooshes bottles, Celtic scoosh leaks Barry. Different levels. Not a bad comeback, to be fair.
That's a good line.
What do you guys make of him sort of defending Cerny?
Huh?
What do you make of his defence of Cerny?
Was that a defence of Cerny?
I think
that he said there that he sat down with them. He's obviously had a conversation about the do's and don'ts. But it comes back to the conversation that you've been having with us for I don't know how long now, Daniel. This is a guy squishing a water ball. People are saying it could have started a riot. Why has he not been charged? I mean, calm down, everybody, please. So I think, again, Scott's just mentioned it. I think he's just hit the right tone. He said that he sat down. That means that he acknowledges his responsibility as the manager to explain certain situations. But at the same time, what he actually said was, my players have to celebrate. I think he'll be proud of the fact that when Egeman scored that goal, his entire bench ran down to that corner flag, and half of them could hardly move when they were coming off the pitch.
Right.
They were all there. What does that show you? It shows you that a team that was fragmented, kind of broken down, it shows that there's a togetherness about them that wasn't there previously. And that has to be generated and fostered by the people in charge of it. And they do that for the very purpose of Saturday, 5:30 at Dens Park. What have you got? Are you willing to go out there and fight for one another? And that's what Barry Ferguson and his backroom team have managed to engender.